All right, I think we're good to go. Let me double check. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. Let me adjust this here. And okay, I think we are ready to go. Hey everybody, Debo here. As you guys know, every 2 days I do a vlog. We're up to currently, I think, log number 5. I think this one's number 6. I'm not too for sure. I lost track. Let me double check real quick. Usually what I've been doing for the season is every 2 days I just try to make a video, let everybody know, yeah, this is going to be vlog number 6. I try to let everybody know what's going on in the world of Diablo. Some people out there work, maybe a husband or a wife out there, got to take care of the kids, got to go out and do this, got to work. They ain't got a lot of time to spend a lot in the game. So what I try to do is just talk about basically what's going on with me, what's going on in Diablo 3 season. So even if you're not playing all the time, or maybe, you know, you're at work or you listen to this somewhere, you know what's going on, and you're basically, you're kept in a loop even if you're not able to play and check the forums every day. So with that being said, every single season has been some type of exploit or something that has come through. This season is no different. Now, usually I wouldn't update today, but like I told you, if something major happens, I'd make another video about it, and I want to share this information, and I'm actually going to have a command for this inside my chat because I want to educate everybody on what's going on. I like transparency. I like for everybody to know everything. I like for everybody to know what's going on in the game, what's going on in the meta, how things look at in all honesty. I don't like to sugarcoat things. I like to be straightforward and honest. I'm just providing the information. I do not support what people are doing. I don't enjoy it personally. My personal opinion, I don't like it. I think it really fucked up the game or fucked up the season. I hope they reset everybody who used it and the people who benefited from it directly or indirectly. That's just my opinion. So let's go ahead and talk about, like, this is pretty much up there with the other exploits. I remember last season we had a problem with Death's Bargain, and we had a problem with what was it? The Blood Shard exploit. The Blood Shard exploit where people were setting high torment levels looking for blood shards or looking for blood goblins. They would kill them and get ridiculous amounts of blood shards, which let them get a lot of items. They ended up resetting most of the people, but I don't think everybody got punished for that. And then they also had the Death's Bargain exploit last season, which basically with that... Oop, shit. Sorry, headset fall off. Basically what that was long story short, there's these Act Pacific pants that you get from the cache. I forget which act, but these Death Bargain pants make it so that your life regeneration does you do your whatever your life regeneration was, you would do damage in an area around you for how much life regen you had or something like that. So with the combination of a monk and some other stuff, you could eventually get your life regen to be up in the billions, and that will be taken in terms of damage of AoE around you, and that allowed for people to push a lot of high level greater risk faster than what was normally possible, which ended in basically them patching it out and making it not workable for that season. So you had the Blood Shard exploit, and then you had it, which, you know, they had to reset and deal with that, and then they had to enter crazier, you know, the Death's Bargain exploit with monks, which basically, the problem is with these exploits, people always just say, they just look at the obvious thing. Well, a lot of people could benefit indirectly from it. So like with the Death's Bargain exploit, you run a monk, he's tearing through the rifts and stuff like that, going crazy. You guys can't normally do that, and you just let the monks carry. So you can have 2 monks in a group, you know, doing greater rift level 65 and 4-minute clears in a full group, which last season now is kind of crazy, and you benefit from it. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because the new exploit just recently came out. The easiest way I can explain this exploit is this. Every character has passives, right? Now, you can only have 4 passives at a time. If you get a Hellfire Amulet, you have 5. We have, what, 4... 16, 17, 18, 19 passives, right? You can only have 5 of those passives up at one time. The biggest problem right now is that the way the exploit works, and like I said, I don't want people to use this. I hope you don't. I'm just bringing this information out so you know what you're getting into, because I think everybody needs to know about this. Because if everybody knows about this, then Blizzard has to fix it. And I also will link the Reddit in the Battle.net forums. Please make comments over there. Please let them know. Express how you're not happy, or maybe if you support it. I don't know. But the more people that know about this, the quicker they have to fix it, which is good, and maybe they can fix the lag issue and everything else. So what I grasped from it, long story short, I'll keep this simple. You equip the Hellfire Amulet to your necklace slot. You don't have anything else on. The player kills himself repeatedly until the necklace needs to be repaired. for some reason, when the necklace finally breaks and turns red because of durability issues, it saves that passive to your character. Then you switch to another necklace with another passive, and you repeat the same process until you get as many passives as you want. And then this persists through logout. So after you go ahead and equip the necklace, you die a bunch of times, bring down the quality of the amulet to a point where it's red and it breaks, you keep the passive and you just switch on another one. So basically players would do a lot of Hellfire runs and get each passive and put that on their character, and then they would just keep killing themselves until, you know, each individual passive was equipped to a character. So like I said, long story short, you have a Hellfire amulet, you have nothing else on. Let's say I had Circle of Life on for my passive. I kill myself until the amulet turns red and it breaks. Then I don't repair it. The key is not to repair it. Then you keep the Circle of Life passive. Then you switch to another Hellfire amulet that has another passive. Let's say the next one is Jungle Fortitude. I'll repeat the same process. Don't repair it. I get the Jungle Fortitude, and you just kind of do that until you get all the passives. So as you can imagine, you're not intended to have you know, all the different passives at one time. You're not supposed to have, 19 passives active at once. You're only supposed to have 5. So you have an additional, 14 passives active. So, at least from a Witch Doctor standpoint, right? I'm running a Helltooth build, right? Pierce the Veil is great. Confidence Ritual is great. Spirit Vessel is kind of a necessity. Gruesome Feast usually a lot of people get because, you know, it ups damage. And then for my 5th passive, maybe I run Grave Injustice because I'm trying to stack that firewall damage, right? That might be my typical 5, right? So the passives I have right now plus Grave Injustice, but what happens when I can have those extra passives? Now I can have Swampland Attunement, which is a survivability, a strong survivability passive. And then on top of that, you know, I could also have Bad Medicine equipped too. So now, you know, if I do any poison attacks, oh, well, I take 25% less damage. And then, hey, look, I can also equip Blood Ritual. So now when I cast my mana spells, it gets reduced in damage. You know, I got Spiritual Attunement for the mana, and I get to have Jungle Fortitude. So that's the craziest thing. You're able to run all these high damaging passives, you know, because usually you have to risk yourself. Well, am I going to run a lot of high damaging passives and have no survivability? Or am I going to do a little bit more, have a little bit more survivability passives and, you know, just, you know, put out a couple damage pieces here and there. Maybe my group needs, you know, Bad Medicine to lower damage because, you know, I'm putting out poison. Maybe my group can utilize, you know, whatever skills that I have, you know, for different classes have different passives to, so you can get best of both worlds when you're not intended to have all this stuff. So, you know, basically, there's really no way to tell who's cheated or not, but this shit's been in the game. I don't even know how long it's been in the game for. It could have been in the game for a long time. This could have been in last season. I don't think so though, because the funny thing is, if this wasn't last season, this would have came out. So I'm assuming that something in this patch, or people just recently found this. So I highly doubt the other seasons were affected by this. So basically, what happens now is when you look at anybody, like, you can't tell if anybody's legit. I mean, everybody's run. A lot of people running Hellfire. I mean, I haven't got around to doing it. Now, I'm not saying these people are guilty, but when you just start looking through everything, like, you don't know anymore. You don't know who is abusing this bug and who's not. You don't know. I wish, you know, only people that know is probably Blizzard. Blizzard can probably look and see, right? And I wish the hero details had a way where we can tell what their extra passive was or something, but I mean, I'm pretty sure Blizzard can tell. We don't know. And this has been in the season for like the last, we're going on 2 weeks now. So for me, I don't want to say the whole season's ruined, but the problem is now if Blizzard nerfs it, then like everybody who got high ranked up right now without that stuff, with all the extra passive, that's unfair, right? So now if they turn it off, everybody else who wants to push now or hasn't got their Hellfire yet, and some people say, oh, you should have got your Hellfire right away. Well, no one was expecting this, right? If you cut it off now, it's unfair because, you know, you don't have access to it anymore. And those guys are able to use the benefits of that in their groups or their parties or have all those extra passives to progress ahead. And if you leave it in, it's just going to kind of cheese out the system. I mean, in all honesty, the only thing to do is, okay, if you don't want to reset everybody, I think you should just ban. Well, let's say not ban. Let's be fair. Okay, Sure, we're not going to ban you. We're just going to reset your account. Okay, that's fine. Reset it back to day one. You start at level one and you do it over again. I think that would be perfectly fine and reset the leaderboards. Or you're going to have to keep it in and allow everybody to do this. You know, if they said, hey, we're going to leave it like this for the season, I would eventually have to get all the passives, and that's what I will have to do. It would be stupid, but I mean, either they can let everybody have it and just let the season ride out like this, or they need to reset everybody who did it. But then again, then becomes a bigger problem. What about the people who benefited from this indirectly? Let's say I'm a well-known, well, put your tinfoil hats on, right? And you know, the funny thing is a lot of people are like putting this on Gabinator and saying, oh, he's such a bad person and Gabinator. Look, I think Gabinator's a cool guy. I don't agree with everything he does, but I'll tell you this about Gabinator. At least he's fucking honest. At least he just is honest. He doesn't deny shit. He just tells you how it is, right? So I can give him props for that. And actually, I'll give him a little round of applause for that shit. Because he's the only real motherfucker. At least he's honest, right? He'll be like, yeah, fuck it, who cares? We use Turbo Hut, or yeah, fuck it, I bought it for keys. Fuck it, right? He doesn't care, and everybody wants to jump down his throat. There's probably a lot of streamers. Hell, you can't even technically trust Debo. You can't trust me. You know? There's a lot of people out there. You don't know. Like, okay, let's say if I'm a major streamer, and for Diablo 3, right? I'm streaming and I always play legit and I play a lot of hours, right? You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. My 3 buddies could be running the passive exploit, right? And then just to be sure I don't get in trouble, I don't run it, but I benefit from them all running 19 passives, right? So if you're in a group with 3 people who are all running the passive exploit and they're getting a lot of survivability and a lot of effects that they're not supposed to have, and you're in a group with them and you're power leveling your paragons, well, you're directly indirectly benefiting from it. So, you know, I mean, that's just what it is to look at. And the funny thing is, if there was a way to actually look and see how many passive or how many effects are going on with that person, and the only people that can probably do that is Blizzard, you might be surprised. A lot of people run this shit because they think, oh, well, I won't get caught. So I'm not saying everybody cheated. I'm pretty sure just as many people have cheated. There's a lot of people who out there play the game legitimately, and a lot of streamers who do play legitimately. What I'm just saying is that at the end of the day, you don't know what anybody is capable of. And I even put myself in there. I always tell people look at everything a little bit of scrutiny. Not to be a dick, but it's just how Diablo has been. So I don't know what they're going to do. If it was me, I would just look through the system. I'm sure they have a way to check it, because especially with the hero details and shit snapshotting, I'm pretty sure Blizzard could see more than we can see. I wouldn't ban them. There's no reason to ban their accounts. Just reset them. And they don't even have to make their names public. Just reset it. Reset the leaderboard. Reset all the players' shit that use this and start back at level 1 again. And disable the Hellfire Amulet until it gets fixed. Now, if the Hellfire Amulet is causing too much of a problem, DP patch, fuck it. Disable that shit for the whole season and fix it next season. But, I mean, I don't think anybody wants to be rocking 19 passives. I think that's a little bit silly, and you really can't realistically look at a build because it's like, well, shit, I got 19 passives. I don't think the game is meant to be this way. For Witch Doctor, it's having a lot of damage increasing passives and also being able to have the damage mitigating passives. And when you combine that with all the different classes and all their different passives and stuff, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something. You know? Now, some people might say, well, who cares? It's not like seasons mattered anyway. You know what? I understand, but, like, just in general, I don't think anybody wants to run around with 19 pack. Can you imagine if we could have every single skill equipped whatever we wanted to? That's a little crazy too, right? I'm not saying that you should worry about whatever people are doing and stuff like that, but I don't think anybody should be running 19 passives. It kind of cheeses out the game. That's the equivalent of, like, you know, don't worry about everybody else and you're playing on console and this guy has 10,000 paragons. At some point, you want to play the game and enjoy it the way it was intended to be, you know? So, you know, I'm not shocked. I told people it takes about, you know, a week and a half, 2 weeks for an exploit to come out new in seasons. And, I mean, that's just how it is. You know, but like I said, go to the forums, complain about it, or just speak your mind. Just say, hey, Blizzard, keeping the passive. Hey, Blizzard, we like it. Whatever you like, whether you care for it or not, we need to talk and discuss about this because we want this to be fixed, and we want the game to be better, and we want it to be taken care of. And I want to let everybody know about this exploit. I don't want them to use it. But my point is this. If we let everybody know what's going on, then Blizzard has no choice, and we forced their hand to deal with it. If we all try to sweep this under the rug, then, you know, it's not good for the game. You know, because my whole point is, why would you even have seasons and leaderboards if you're not going to do anything to protect the game's integrity? And I also tell this people before, why not just basically focus on adding more acts, adding new characters, and say, hey, fuck seasons. Let's just, we'll just when a new set of items come out, we'll have like a non-competitive season where people just play and then all the items carry over, maybe give them an extra experience rate. I don't know, something like that. But you don't need to make it competitive anymore if you're not going to regulate the whole structure, because this keeps happening. Now, I know we're not always going to catch all the cheaters, and I always understand that there's always going to be something. But, I mean, this is kind of like a serious one. You got to deal with it. We'll have to wait and see. It'll be interesting for the next couple days to see what Blizzard's going to be doing. I'm going to keep updating on everything. Huh, my boy Drill's inviting me. But, I mean, just in general, man, like, they're going to have to deal with this. And they're going to have to figure it out. And that's up to Blizzard. But the thing that I can do is spread the information and let you know what's going on. I don't want people to be discouraged. I still want people to play seasons. I want you to have fun and play Diablo 3. Just have fun. I'm just trying to let you know what's going on so you're aware of it. We can all discuss it, and we can talk to Blizzard about it in the forums and let them know constructively, hey, this is what, maybe you guys need some ideas and fix some stuff up, what's going on, and then we can resolve these issues. That's it. I'm not going to talk too much longer about this. I'll be updating more on this on a regular basis, but I will include inside the video the links to the exploits and what's going on. And I know I talked a lot, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about last season, what happened, and I wanted to build into this kind of stuff. I don't want a witch hunt to happen. I don't want people to get blamed or put on blast. All I want is the people who use this shit to be rolled back. That's fair. Not even a ban. Just a rollback and a resetting of the ladder. That's it. Anyways, I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. I'll do an update that's regular. This update was just focused on the exploit and what came out. Tomorrow I'll just talk more about what I'm planning on and what I'm building towards. I got that Akari speed build coming out, and I hope you guys have a good day. As always, my name is Debo. I'm going to go ahead and get something to eat, and I'm going to go ahead and start streaming. As always, if you guys need help or you wish Dr. Advice, join the twitch.tv/SPSDebo or join the SPSDebo community on North America. We're always doing power leveling. We're always doing carry runs. Come by, have fun. We'll power level you. We'll help you out. We'll get you started with a witch doctor, whatever class you want to make, and you'll have a nice community where you can talk to other people. So please stop on by, because at the end of the day, we just want to play Diablo and have fun. That's all I got to say. Have a good day, guys.